Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot, and we're back to give you guys some player props and spreads in the NBA for Monday, March 15th. Yesterday, a quick recap, 4-2 overall. Plus, the parlay of the day cashes again, 3-1 on parlays of the day. Man, we're killing it. I got another parlay of the day at the end. We'll have a long shot parlay of the day as well. Let's get into these spreads and over-unders for tonight. And let's start with some player props first. First, I do want to say, click that like and subscribe button. You guys have been killing the support recently. Also, join that Discord community down below. It's just a betting Discord. We all talk about our bets, whether it's NBA or NHL or MLB or NCAA basketball, you name it. Or it's all. A lot of people are in there, 92 members, I think, as I record this. And then lastly, we were doing our live stream again today at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to drop by, drop your questions. I'll just be hanging out and vibing. And let's get into these player props. And we're going to start with one of my favorites of the day, Domantas Sabonis over 16.5 rebounds and assists combined. And Sabonis has been killing it. He's had 20-plus combined rebounds and assists in his last 3 games, including, I believe, 22 or 23 last game. And, you know, he's a threat not only on the rebounds but also the assists. He's had 6-plus assists in, I believe, 9 straight games. And he's always a threat to drop 10 to 15 rebounds. If you look at the matchup against the Nuggets, he just dropped 20 combined points or rebounds and assists last time they played almost a week or two ago. And I think you can easily hit this over again tonight. Over 16.5 rebounds and assists. Wouldn't be surprised to see it go up to 17.5. Still like the value there, but I think that's one of my favorite player props of the day. Moving on to my second one, we are going to go with RJ Barrett. You guys know I'm a Knicks homer, and I've been loving what I've seen out of RJ Barrett, not only just the last couple weeks, but also the whole season. When you look at him, we're taking his over 17.5 points. Obviously, the matchup against the Nets is good. I mean, you can think about the Nets. They don't play an ounce of defense, and probably any one of us could drop probably 10-plus points on the Nets. All kidding aside, we got RJ Barrett over 17.5 points. Why? Because you got RJ Barrett has 21-plus points in 5 of 6 games, including 3 straight. The last time he played the Nets, which was about a month or two ago, he dropped 20 points on them. He's been playing great, and it comes in great time because the Knicks have been down some role players. D. Rose has been out, and then Elfrid Payton, who might return, may or may not be active tonight, has been out for a while. Ball's been in RJ Barrett in his hands a lot more, and he's been doing great things, scoring points at will, and I think he can continue that against the Nets tonight in Brooklyn. My last 2 player props of the day are just going to be straight up 1-unit plays because you'll see these players they're stars, but we're going to pick their unders because I don't know if they can hit it consistently. And we're going to start with Devin Booker, under 27.5 points against the Grizzlies. I was surprised to see this line so high. When you think about the Grizzlies, they are one of the best defensive teams, at least guarding the shooting guard position. They give up the third fewest shooting guard points per game. And when you look at it, the 2 games that Devin Booker has played against the Memphis Grizzlies this year, he's had 23 points and 12 points. He struggled against them. Then you think to how Bradley Beal has fared against them in the past week or two, and he's the NBA leading scorer at the moment, and he only managed 23 and 21 points in their 2 matchups. More of a numbers play for me. The Grizzlies and Dillon Brooks are very good at defending the shooting guard position, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Devin Booker go under tonight, under 27.5 points. Sure, Devin Booker could come out and have one of those nights, 40, 35-plus. But, this is more of a numbers play. I'm not going to include it in the parlay of the day because, I don't want to disrespect an all-star, but, we're going to pick the under as a 1-unit play. And speaking of disrespecting someone, and this is totally not disrespectful to this player, LeBron James, under 46.5 points, rebounds, and assists. I'm one of the biggest LeBron James fans out there, but even I can know that he's kind of sandbagging it at the moment. I think the Lakers are trying to save him for the postseason. Anthony Davis could be back in the next, after maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now, but they don't need to waste LeBron and all of his minutes at the moment. I mean, you think about the last couple games, LeBron hasn't really been hitting this over. He has only hit it in one of, I think, his past 5 or 6 games. And the 2 games against the Warriors this year, he's finished with exactly 29 points, rebounds, and assists combined. The Warriors aren't going to let him beat them tonight. Obviously, it could be one of those nights where he's just firing it up, knocking down any shot that comes his way. But, like I said, I'm going to bet the under 46.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He could hit it, but, he's capable of shattering this number combined for 50 or even 60. LeBron's capable of dropping 35 a night. but I'm just going to take the under as a 1-unit play, 46.5. We're taking the under. Hurt me good LeBron. If he plays great, that's also fine. You know, I love LeBron, and I hope if he wants to have a good game for us and hurt us, then that's fine. We're going to move on. Next, we got 2 unders. We're moving on to some spreads and over-unders before we get into that parlay of the day. And we're going to start with the Pistons and Spurs, under 219.5. I was surprised to see this line so high. I would expect it to be like 209. That's how low I think this could go. And both teams have been struggling to score 100-plus points. I mean, the Spurs have not broken 104 points, and then the Pistons haven't broken. So let's backtrack. Spurs have not broken 104 points in 4 straight games. Pistons trying to beat them there. They have not broken 104 in 3 straight games. And sure, if you watched the game yesterday where the Spurs played the Sixers, they literally didn't play an ounce of defense. And, you know, I believe the stat was in the third quarter, they allowed the Sixers to score in 22 of their 23 possessions. That is horrendous. That is terrible. And I can't imagine Greg Popovich is happy with that defensive effort. And I think they bounce back again and kind of play some tougher defense. And that's kind of the same way I feel about Devin Booker. You saw the Grizzlies just absolutely play terribly. Gave up 128 points to the G League OKC Thunder team with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and basically a bunch of scrubs surrounding him. I think the Grizzlies will come out again and play more tough and play tougher on defense. I don't know if I like the under in that game, but I do like Booker's under. Back to Pistons and Spurs. Yeah, they're struggling to score 100 points each. Wayne Ellington, the best Pistons shooter and the only Pistons shooter when you think about it, he is doubtful for today. They obviously traded Svi Mykhailiuk, their other good three-point shooter. It's basically got no one on that team that can make threes. A lot of people banged up on the Pistons, and that second unit might not score any points when they come in. You'll probably see the over-under line continue to go down, but I still like it, 219.5. It was 221 last night when I was recording this, but we're going with the under. Another under, Kings versus Hornets, under 239. Yeah, it might. These teams, I mean, you look at it, and might not be a popular play, or it could be, but these teams combined for over 250 points the last time they played, but that was the road Hornets. There's a distinct difference between the road Hornets and the home Hornets, plus this Hornets version is fully healthy. They got Devontae Graham back, who, if you have never watched Devontae Graham, he likes to hold the ball for 20 seconds and fire up a shot. Sure, if it goes in, but he just wasted 20 seconds of the game time, so that's always good for an under. But yeah, they combined for 250 points, but that was, like I said, that was the road Hornets who hit overs at will. At home, the over 6-12-1 in Hornets home games. And sure, the Kings are coming to town who don't play much defense, but asking for almost 240 points is a lot of points to ask for. I have watched the Hornets go on cold streaks, watched the Kings go on cold streaks. Ask Buddy Hield that himself. I think we can lock in the under at 239.5 points. It might be 238.5 by the time you get to it, but I like that. And then our last spread of the day before we get into our parlay of the day, we got Clippers minus 1.5, I think, versus the Mavericks. I think if you watched that Clippers-Pelicans game last night, and you can't blame them. The Clippers are coming off arguably playing the best team in the NBA, and that would be the home underdog Pelicans, who I think moved to 7-2 overall when they were home underdogs. They're crazy good. That's the only time really they play well, but hey, they're doing it. But here's the one reason we're taking Clippers minus 1.5 versus the Mavericks. The Clippers are 6-0 against the spread on back-to-back games. They're minus 1.5. They looked terrible yesterday. They should bounce back today against this Mavs team that has been very up and down. And I think the Clippers should get the outright victory and cover the couple points for us. And that's going to move us right into the parlay of the day. And we got a parlay that is plus 520. One, we're going to start with Clippers minus 1.5. I do think the Clippers can win this easily. So that's our first leg. 2, under in the Pistons-Spurs game. Whatever the line is, we're taking the under. 3, Suns money line versus the Grizzlies. I think they can get that done. And a shocker, we're taking the Tampa Bay Lightning money line. I know you're thinking, what the hell? I clicked on this video for NBA advice, and you're throwing Lightning into the parlay. Just trust it. Just trust the process. We're been cashing these. I think the Lightning should easily win at home, maybe even cover tonight. And if you guys aren't hockey fans, I don't blame you. I do not watch as much hockey as the next guy, but the Lightning are 10-1 at home this year, and you would look, they are at home again tonight. And they've been playing very, very well. They have the much better goalie tonight, and that's normally how games in the NHL are decided. Who has the better goalie, that's playing better. And that's why we're going to do it. As a quick recap, parlay of the day, under in the Pistons-Spurs game, Clippers minus 1.5, Lightning money line, Suns money line, Then we're going into our player props. RJ Barrett over 17.5 points. LeBron under 46.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Booker under 27.5 points. My favorite one, Sabonis over 16.5 rebounds and assists. Our 3 spreads and over-unders. Clippers minus 1.5. Pistons Spurs obviously under 219.5. And then Kings versus Hornets under 239. That's what we got today. If you made it this far, click that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for your support. Let's get up to 700 subscribers. Maybe we are even at 700 by the time you see this. Man, let's keep killing it. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for our normal picks. I'll be in the Discord pretty much all day, and I'll see you at the live stream at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for any questions you guys got. We're just going to be hanging out. This has been Austin. I will catch you guys soon. Peace out.